All
right.
right.
What if you did all and I did right? We've never tried that.
I think
All
I,
right.
I think it may have just happened.
And I'm
I think we
Dave.
broke
You
ground.
made a good observation. I have my new Cubs sweatshirt. The only one like it in the world. Because they didn't buy it from the Cubs. I will not be a slave to their corporate ways. Unless they sign Bryce Harper, then I'll be okay.
Then you're all in.
Yeah. And by the way, ESPN did an article about him today that the Cubs, it makes sense. Maybe the Cubs are going to come swooping in and get Bryce Harper. I don't know. Why not? We got Addison Russell back for a pretty good price, so that's good. Right?
You got him at a bargain price.
Well, yeah. He's got a lot of soul searching to do.
It's like, hey Addison.
Yeah.
You
Oh.
we subscribe. We follow your wife's your ex-wife's
Right.
Instagram account.
Yeah.
So you're gonna pay up.
Listen.
All right. Well, Gene,
What?
we have plenty to talk about
I
regarding
see.
abused women.
Right. Yeah.
Later in the show.
And
But Gene, how about we say the name of the show
that
before
would be you.
we go into?
That's not my responsibility. So if you glossed over that part, hey, time to look in the mirror and make adjustments.
All right. You know what? I was not recording on the.
Oh, okay.
I have to go back and grab the out.
Oh.
All right. Well, we will talk about all that
Okay.
and all the other domestic abuse news.
Which is not. I mean, I think domestic abuse has been going on a long time. So luckily, it's getting exposed. So maybe that will help make a difference.
I guess. Well, we'll talk about all that.
Okay.
Gene, I got takes, but
Yeah.
I need to set it up.
Okay. Why don't?
So
you do
why
that?
don't we say the name of the show? It's called the Midwest Sports Show.
Midwest being.
The Midwest states.
Yeah, Iowa and Wisconsin, who played Friday night, first game of the Big Ten. At
Basically,
Iowa.
and when we say the Midwest Sports Show, we mean Wisconsin and Iowa,
yeah, no,
basically.
yeah,
And then
basically.
we basically take embarrassing stories
Right.
from the rest of the other Midwest and shit on the states.
I want. Oh yeah.
and
especially
so we can
Minnesota.
proclaim how
But
much better.
I want
Wisconsin and
I
Iowa.
wanted to pay my respects to Wisconsin because the Badgers came into Iowa City and beat Iowa basketball, who was undefeated, and so no longer. So good job, Badgers. You came into Iowa City. How about this? The Badgers come into Iowa City and they beat our football team and they beat our basketball team. Well, maybe you're not going to be invited anymore.
Well, I'm glad amateur athletes are doing well from the state of Wisconsin. But Gina, I prefer my millionaires
Oh, I see. Okay. I just wanted to catch everyone up
to,
on that.
to
That's
perform
kind of a look story.
the money that they're paid.
Right.
And the biggest news, of course, of the week is Mike McCarthy was fired.
Wow.
We will talk about all that and all the NFL week news.
Did you watch? Okay.
And but I should say my name. My name is Chris Dotson. And then
Hello.
that's Gene Steigert.
Hi. Oh, it's very exciting because I've seen Bohemian Rhapsody.
All right, go ahead. Just talk. I'm going to try to refresh the computer behind us
Oh,
so
I
that
see.
we can get
Why don't
the
you do that?
stream back going.
Well,
Gene,
that
go
will
ahead.
give me a chance to say this.
Go ahead, Gene.
Okay, I've never seen the Grateful Dead in concert, but now they've been touring with John Mayer, and they're coming to the Hollywood Bowl. And I'm not a deadhead. I don't wear tie-dye shirts, none of that stuff. But yes, I became a member of their fan site, and I got tickets to see the Grateful, or they're called Dead and Company, so I'm going to see them at Hollywood Bowl. And right off the strength of Bohemian Rhapsody, which I've seen twice, and it's so fantastic. Queen is coming back this summer. They're going to do 23 shows in the United States, and I'm going to go. I mean, I've already seen them, but I saw them with Adam Lambert, but now I'm going to see them again. So there you go. And I'm going to the Cubs home opener. So between sports and concerts, and I'm going to see Wicked for the 4th time. Yeah. And Creed. I'm going to see Creed this week. Oh, looks like we have an advertisement for Swatch. So I didn't see. Oh, yesterday, this was great because in lieu of watching the Packers lose yesterday, which I wouldn't have been able to see anyway, yesterday was the 50th anniversary of when Elvis did his concert in the leather. Remember when he was wearing all leather when he was on the stage?
Gene, I definitely was not alive.
No, but
at that
remember,
time.
you seen highlights? Well, this guy he's the number one Elvis guy. and he's in the Legends concert. But anyway, they recreated that concert, and I went to it yesterday. So instead of watching the Packers ship sink
And the Bears?
or the Bears lose,
Where was this at?
It was in North Hollywood. So at this theater, I go to a lot.
I
go to a lot of shows.
So was there a lot of Elvises or just one Elvis?
No, well, actually, there were two in the show, and then they had a band, and then one of his original backup singers from 1968, she was there, so she got on stage.
Oh, really?
And then there's and she's all dolled up. She must be about 75. And there's another lady who was at the 1968 concert there. It was great. Oh, I'd rather go to a show like that than have to watch what went on in Green Bay.
But
that doesn't do anybody. Because I felt uplifted, and then I get home and I see Mike McCarthy's got fired, and I was like,
so
oh wow.
that Elvis show was like at 10 a.m. in the
It was
morning.
at 2:00.
Oh. Okay. All right. Well, the game was over at 1, Gene. So actually, technically, the game was over at 10:15.
I didn't see.
But yeah.
Okay, I missed it. Okay.
But Gene, you mentioned there were two Elvis.
Yes. Yeah.
Elvises.
Yeah.
What are the odds those guys are friends? 0%.
One would leave the stage and then the other would come out. But at the end, they sang together and then they hugged it out. So maybe
Was one was Fat Elvis and the other one was.
But one was wearing a wig. I know that for sure. But the one that did the concert, 1968 concert, he's the one. He's stunning. He's a good-looking guy, and he was fantastic.
He was strapping.
Yes, very strapping.
Yeah. Did he take one of those lead singers from '68 back home?
Yeah,
maybe showed her the '69.
He said, ladies, if you'd like a kiss, line up at the stage. And all the ladies came up, and he made out with them all, and even two little girls. They're like 8 years old. Came up.
What?
I don't know.
Tongue, full tongue.
I don't.
Probably.
I don't know.
Probably a little inappropriate,
Yeah,
but
right.
well, Gene.
Okay.
This
there
is
you're all caught up.
not.
Not for not. Oh, and Iowa is going back to the Outback Bowl. We're gonna play Mississippi State. Wisconsin goes somewhere, and they're playing somebody else. And then Nebraska. Nebraska.
Why did I not add any of this to the menu?
Ohio State's in the Rose Bowl. How about that?
All right, the Ohio State. All right.
Okay.
Well, Gene, we're gonna start with the topic on everyone's lips.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
On everywhere, on all the news stories. A lot of free press. A lot of clicks. So, all you folks who've been kicking Mike McCarthy, I hope you appreciate all these clicks that you're getting.
I bet they didn't want to do it, but they were forced to, right? Did you watch a game?
Well, Gene, there was a lot of lead up.
Oh, okay.
To said game.
All right, I'm gonna defer to you on this one since I haven't seen probably 5 minutes of Green Bay in the last.
Including a lot of Gene, we were talking about the Sports Illustrated piece a couple of weeks ago, saying how A-Rod is changing the plays at the line of scrimmage and all
Aaron
that stuff.
Rodgers, he's getting some.
And then comes this other Sports Illustrated story, this deep dive.
Yeah.
This long drive.
Right.
I guess apparently journalists feel like they're on the gridiron as well, and they're driving the ball home too. So it's a long drive.
Oh, deep dive into Aaron Rodgers
and basically
and his behavior.
Well, the relationship between the two.
Oh, the relationship.
And
right.
go ahead and read it. It's pretty interesting. But basically, the gist.
Gist is a good word because it can mean so many different things, can it?
I suppose.
Okay.
The gist of it is that Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers are two alpha dogs.
Oh, right.
And
right.
They're basically trying to, see who can come up with the better play and take the credit for it. And I'll tell you what, Gene, reading that story actually made Mike McCarthy quite sympathetic.
Yeah.
Quite sympathetic figure.
Okay, I didn't read it, but I think he's a sympathetic figure. People, I think they like him. They just don't like him as their coach.
Well, people, I think after 8 years, after 6-7 years.
He was there 13 years.
Well, I mean, after 7 years of the Super Bowl and the 15-1 season.
The Super Bowl's 2010, right.
I think he gets a little tired, which we will discuss in a moment.
Okay,
But, Gene, here we go. So that sets the stage.
Oh, the stage is set.
For Arizona at Green Bay, of course, you got to think that Arizona is 2-9 or something like 2-7.
They couldn't be more awful.
Pretty bad.
No, I think.
And plus, Gene, last time I checked, not a lot of snow in Arizona, unless
Right,
you're in the
right,
mountains
right.
or something like that. Maybe Flagstaff.
Yeah. I
I
don't.
don't know. Gene, do you know Arizona very well?
I do. I know Mesa, where the Cubs have spring training, and
Yeah.
that is not in the mountains. I've not seen snow in Phoenix. I don't know Arizona outside of really Phoenix.
I do remember driving through Arizona, and there's
Yeah.
this really cool freeway
Yeah,
that pretty
where-
much goes like through like a canyon or something like that. It was like actually pretty
Oh,
awesome.
okay.
Do,
Well, I
do you
mean,
recall what I'm thinking?
I
what I'm
really
recalling?
don't. I'm not going to put much.
But you've
effort
driven
into
through
it.
Arizona here, right?
I've driven
from
from
Iowa?
Phoenix to here. Oh yeah, I have. You're right.
Yeah.
I've driven back to Iowa a couple times. Is that the way to Colorado?
No, I don't think so. Maybe you took the northern route.
No. You go through Vegas and then Arizona and
Yeah.
then Utah.
Yeah, there's a crazy highway that like where
Okay.
you basically go through a canyon and stuff,
Yeah,
and it goes
all
like
right,
up and
then I've
down.
been there.
It's like a real. Okay.
I-
Well, it made a big impression.
Well,
Obviously.
I mean, all the roads. When you travel, I did a 7,000 miles that time, and it all
Yeah.
kind of blurs together.
Well, Gene, I think it's hot.
Oh,
I've heard that it's hot in Arizona.
yes, very. hot.
And Green Bay, Lambeau Field, no dome. No dome.
Right.
No dome.
You playing the elements?
And it was snowing. Well, it was
Oh,
flurries.
what
There was
it?
flurries.
Oh, hey,
Some flurries.
nothing better. By the way, Friday night, Boise State played Fresno State for the title game in the WAC. I think it's the WAC, and they played in a blizzard, and that's great.
Sounds pretty whack.
It's great though. Oh, Fresno State won, but I
Fresno
love when
State
they-
won?
Yeah,
Wow.
I love when they play in the snow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and
That's pretty cool.
I could watch a snow game.
But I will say this, Jane. Remember when they're talking about the renovations to Lambeau Field,
Yeah.
and they always talk about the heated field, like these heating
I see.
rods
Right.
that are underneath the field to keep the frozen tundra unfrozen.
Yeah.
I think that's quite a detriment actually because the guys are slipping
Ooh.
all over the place.
Yeah, but
So,
if it wasn't, if the field was just frozen, wouldn't they?
but I think the snow would not melt, right? So I think
Oh,
you'd actually
okay.
have better traction. So I don't
That
know.
one, I'm gonna have to defer.
I'm
to
not.
you
I'm not.
again.
I'm not a turf expert, Gene.
Right,
but I
right.
probably actually know the same amount as some of these turf experts in the NFL, judging by some of these fields we hear about.
No, I think. you got
But
something for us.
all I see, I mean, I see a lot of guys slipping
Right.
in Lambeau Field. So I'm not really sure about that. And so yeah. So what do I have in here? Okay. Oh yeah. So the big setup, Gene,
Right.
and this Arizona team expected to come
they
in
couldn't be more worried. I think they're on par with the Raiders.
14-point underdog.
Yeah, which
And
is wow.
this is supposed to be the team that the Green Bay Packers tee off on,
Right.
get everything right, proceed to win the next 5 games, and get some help from all these other teams. By the
Aaron
way,
Rodgers laid it out.
there was this graphic going around, actually, that kind of explained it. Packers had to win 5. Seattle had to lose 2. Carolina had to
Right.
lose 2. Vikings had to lose 3.
Yeah.
And by the way, all of that happened. By the
Yeah.
way, all those teams lost. By the way, did Seattle lose? No, Seattle won. Actually, I
Seattle
think.
won. Seattle's red hot.
Yeah,
They're
so
hot.
they won. But
They won 43.
they have a couple
16.
more. They play the Rams one more time.
Yeah, but
and you
Seattle's-
think
Seattle's
maybe the
good.
Niners can maybe beat them at home, or was it at home? It was in Seattle,
No, it's
right?
in Seattle.
Yeah, okay, so maybe they can beat them. Anyways, that's probably the most difficult part. But anyways, the point is, you think, here we go. Let's get this offense right. Let's get it rolling.
Right.
And let's get the easy victory, and let's win the next 5 games and get into the Super Bowl, and let's do all that.
Yeah.
Not so much.
Oh boy.
Not so much.
Not
Another clunky game.
It was.
By the way, Gene, I actually skipped kind of the first quarter
Oh, okay.
of this game because I went golfing with my friend.
Wow, you golf. See, that's what's great about LA. You can golf and
Yeah.
surf in the same
It
day.
was freezing.
Or you can. Was it?
It was freezing, yeah, in Glendale. It was like probably like 45 degrees or
Oh,
whatever
okay.
when it started.
But you
Which,
can
by the
go
way,
golfing and skiing, snow skiing. in the
sounds
same day.
sounds ridiculous. I'm from
Right.
Wisconsin. I'm saying it's freezing. It's 45, but I'm
I
telling
know.
I'm telling you, it's
I love our weather right now.
it's the cold air. I mean, I don't know. It's the wind. It's
Yeah.
not the air's not still. So.
But it's still great. I love it. I love winter.
And
here.
so we sacrificed. I figure Arizona. This is gonna be a cakewalk. Don't have to watch the first quarter.
Right.
And so got back home. Watched. I mean, I did have the NFL Sunday Ticket on my phone, so we were able to watch it driving back. And my friend comes over. We're watching the game. Couple notes.
I have no notes unless you want to talk about the Elvis 50th anniversary
Well,
special.
the Packers were pretty much leading for most of the game until the Cardinals kind of rallied near the end, including a 3rd and 23.
Wow.
That what's his, Josh Rosen? That's the guy from UCLA.
Yeah,
That's his name.
so he played the whole game?
Yeah, he played pretty well, even though he got hit hard, and he didn't like play great, but he played just enough that the Packers like kept him in there, kept him in there.
He's been really shaky this year.
And on
him and Sam Darnold.
And on that same,
great.
it was basically they basically had 7 minutes. The Packers were down. I don't know, like I don't really remember that. I think they were down by 3 or something like that. Or no, I think I can't remember exactly the score, but they needed to stop him, basically. And they also missed an interception on that drive, and then basically they brought Crosby in to kick the game tying
49 yards
field goal. Well, they kept on. I believe the Arizona Cardinals kept on getting, or maybe that was the Chargers game, Gene. I can't remember, but kept on getting offside, so they kept on getting closer.
No, that was Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that was the Chargers game. But I think it happened once. They got closer.
Pittsburgh did 3 offsides in a row.
But basically, Mason Crosby missed it, and the Green Bay Packers lost. And did you see that kick, the replay of that kick?
No.
Where Mason Crosby basically, yelled at the holder.
Oh, really?
Or whatever that, snapped at the holder, blaming the holder and all that stuff. And
Laces out.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Pet to Ace Ventura.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. When people are just blaming everyone else on the team, not a good look.
That's bad.
Not a good look.
Did the crowd? Did you notice what the crowd was?
Well,
doing?
Gene, my freaking, I was watching the NFL Sunday Ticket on my PlayStation 4, and the stream started getting screwed up. So I started trying to mess with the settings and all that stuff. And all of a sudden, I'm not looking at the stream. I'm trying to, where's the stream? Where's the stream? The game was over.
Wow.
And they didn't let me get back to the feed. So I did not see the end of it. But
I bet the crowd, that had to be. I mean, I've been to Green Bay. I was there earlier. I was there for the home opener. But man, that had to be ugly. I remember being there at the Bears game. It was 17-0 at the half, and the crowd was surly. And I said, "Don't be like that. These are the Packers." And then they must have been. It had to be
Gene,
ugly yesterday.
That was the Cardinal that broke the camel's back.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it was maybe a half hour after the game. Mike McCarthy was fired.
Were you shocked by that?
Well, I for sure knew. I mean, after that game, you got to think he's going to get fired after the season. I was a little surprised they're going to do it right after the game.
Yeah,
but
they got kind of.
I wasn't that. I basically texted all my friends. Is he fired after this game? And I think Ted Thompson may have intercepted that text message or something. But
hey, listen, I'm a part owner, and they fired him so fast they weren't able to reach out to all their shareholders to vote on it.
They didn't get your thoughts?
No, I didn't get
well, they did a Twitter
text.
poll. You didn't get that? They did a secret Twitter poll.
From Mark Murphy. Is it Mark Murphy? Who's the guy
who knows? I mean, it's triumphant.
Thompson's is gone.
Yeah.
Mark Murphy's running things.
Yeah. So, and so they called him in. He was a little bit surprised, but he acted fairly professional, I guess.
Did he do his press conference and then they fired him?
I don't think he actually did a press conference. I don't believe so.
Did
he? All right.
Yeah.
All right. And then he's only the second Super Bowl winning coach to be fired mid-season.
Oh.
And then all these you got two people. Well, mostly you got these football commentators, like these TV folks.
Yeah.
These old school, football guys like Tony Dungy and all the Fox guys and all that, saying it's abhorrent. And how can you fire this guy in the middle of the season?
Yeah.
Well, Gina, I say it's 50 games too late.
I know.
This should have been done a couple of seasons ago.
Well, after they lost, a couple of times when they lost that Seattle game, that was a heartbreaker. And also when they hosted when they were 15-1 and they lost to the Giants in the first round of the playoffs.
That's a bad sign.
Yeah,
does Bill Belichick do that? I don't think so.
You can't. And then.
Well, that was 7 years ago. For God's sakes.
I know. But if they wouldn't have done that, it would have been awful these next few weeks. Joe Philbin, very uninspiring. So
Joe Philbin would be the coach. Why don't? Yeah, Mike. I mean, you have Joe Philbin or Mike Pettin. Why not make Mike Pettin the coach? I'd rather have that.
Because from what I read is they don't want to give Mike Pettin any hope that he's going to get the job. Because there's no way There's no way. As a part owner. I put my foot down. Joe Philbin's not coaching the Packers next year. There's no way.
Watch him do that.
No way.
But again, people saying
it can be Bruce Arians.
How can you fire this guy? He won a Super Bowl in the middle of the season. Well, Gina, I say this: there are children, that were not even alive,
right,
when they won that last Super Bowl, who think Mike McCarthy sucks. All right, so that was 7 years ago, 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And listen, I've defended Mike McCarthy. Again, I always go back to that one game in the New England. He beat Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. But I mean, here you go. Here's some information: 1-4 in NFC Championship games.
Wow.
And then
I didn't
Gene,
know that.
Bill, you're talking about Bill Simmons earlier, and cousin Sal.
Yeah.
They were talking about how his coaching tree.
Right.
Okay, first of all, I'm gonna ask you this: can you name any of his coaches from his coaching tree who actually were head coach?
Yeah, Joe Philbin, who was a disaster. Right. I don't know.
Here we go. Ben McAdoo.
Wow.
From the Giants, right? Who was there for like 2 years and basically
maybe one of the worst all time.
Benched Eli Manning.
Right.
For who was it?
He just mishandled
the guy from the Jets. Who was that guy?
I don't know.
Who cares?
Kane McDown or one
no.
I know.
The one guy. The brother. All right. I didn't want to say the black guy, but the brother from the Jets.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, and that's it, Gene.
That's it?
Yeah.
Ben McAdoo and Joe Philbin?
Yeah, not exactly Bill Walsh.
Wow.
Not exactly the Bill Walsh.
Andy Reid.
Or Chuck Noll.
Yeah.
Or even Bill Belichick.
Yeah,
I mean, even Bill Belichick has.
Bill Belichick said, "Now, boy,
fairly
that's not good. That speaks very.
Yeah.
That speaks volumes.
Well, I'll tell you what. It seems a lot of personal politics going on. Do you think maybe he didn't have anyone that actually had any talent because he didn't want anyone any showstoppers?
I'll tell you one thing.
You know,
if he gets another head coaching job next year, I that's a tough sell to a fan base.
Well, I mean, he's going to go to the Browns for sure. I can see him going to the Browns.
But why? Would the Browns be excited about that?
I mean, listen. He's a decent coach. And if you need and also
we're gonna find
out. For having a young, good quarterback like Baker Mayfield, I mean, I can definitely see because Aaron Nagler actually on the Tomahawk podcast, he was getting interviewed. He said that Aaron Rodgers was very wild and loose in the very beginning, and Mike McCarthy kind of reined him in and kind of taught him how to use all his tricks. And all that stuff.
If you're the Browns, if you had a choice between Bruce Arians or Mike McCarthy, you'd take Bruce Arians, wouldn't you?
Yeah, Bruce Arians. I mean, how long? Hasn't that guy had a heart attack? A couple times already on the field?
Yeah, many times on the field. But don't you think now, Bruce Arians, people said, I don't know. I have no idea.
By the way, Bruce Arians, who did he do? Ben Roethlisberger?
I don't know. Okay.
I mean, what?
What about,
I think Ben Roethlisberger would have been doing pretty well
the hot guy
under anyone else. All right.
The hot guy was that Josh Phillip, or that guy in Minnesota, but he's on the outs with his own coach.
Yeah.
And then what about?
Well, and then they're saying the Rams. Then they're saying the Rams guy. No, Josh McDaniels he's going to be the Patriots coach, for sure. And I don't know. I don't really know because Josh McDaniels did bad in Denver. Why would we want him?
Well,
right?
I don't. It's actually so bound up. Okay, here's
All
I'll take
right,
Bruce Arians. Bruce Arians. I'll throw that. Hey, listen. I have a vote in all this because I paid out $300 for a certificate that says I have a vote. All right.
How about the offensive coordinator for the Chiefs right now? How about that?
Well,
I would do that.
Matt Nagy was last year. If you could have got Matt Nagy, that would have been good.
Yeah, Matt Nagy looks like a pretty good hire.
Yes.
Right now.
As opposed to Matt Patricia. Please don't hire anybody like that. Yeah. Stay away from Belichick's staff too. They have not done anything.
I'm trying to think who else. Who was like a nice.
I don't know. There's probably someone on the Rams or probably someone on the Chiefs. If Andy Reid signs off on the guy, I would. That's a pretty good thing, right?
Yeah.
Because you got Doug Peterson and Matt Nagy. Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
Boy, what a disaster.
Yeah.
How'd they go from game one, which was such a great feel-good win, the season, this could be something special, to now? It's amazing.
Yeah, it just feels like another 2 seasons.
Oh, my gosh. And you'll never see Packer tickets go that cheaply if you go on StubHub or something. Yeah. Oh, boy.
Well, at least you can still see. And again, maybe A-Rod has a huge. Gene, do you have 2 phones these days?
No. I was just checking StubHub.
I wouldn't be surprised though. What if Aaron Rodgers goes nuts and gets like 7 touchdowns? Like
the
next
Packers
game?
Aren't eliminated.
That'd be crazy. Well, okay, all right. Someone has to pretty much go 8-8 then, right? For the most part.
Yeah.
Everyone else.
They could be 8-7-1.
All right. Well, Gene, let's go to Los Angeles at Detroit.
Oh.
Kind of a good-looking game
Actually,
at first.
I think I saw a few minutes of this game, so
Yep.
I'm ready to weigh in.
And Detroit kept it fairly close for most of the game. But I'll tell you what, Stafford, a lot of fumbles, but the guy is just getting his ass whooped. So, everyone's talking about like how the guy is never going to win a Super Bowl and all that stuff. Man, he's taking a lot of punishment for that $120 million or whatever he's making.
They're a mess.
Yeah, and he basically fumbled at the end. They were going for a fourth quarter drive, and he fumbled it and going nowhere.
I'll tell you one thing. Just because I don't like Matt Patricia, just the way he acts, I no longer have sympathy for the Lions. You deserve it. You hired that guy.
You deserve everything you get.
Yeah, you hired that guy. Yikes. I'd clean house.
Well,
I don't care. It's only been 1 year. I'd get rid of him and start over. And yeah.
Well, Gene, you might have a point.
Oh, really?
Because former Lions defensive line coach Jim Washburn, by the way, who might be the next coach for the Green Bay Packers. I know, I'm just joking about that.
Yikes. No defensive guy.
Says he was trying to get the team to draft Aaron Donald in 2014, but he was overruled by the personnel department.
Wow.
Yeah, Jim.
Oh, boy.
Just like I was trying to tell the Packers to draft Khalil Mack.
There you go.
Hindsight's kind of 2020, right?
Yeah.
By the way, Jim, what were all the other shitty draft picks you were suggesting, huh?
Yeah. Hey, what do you think? What's his name that got cut halfway through the season? He's probably like good riddance.
How about? By the way, someone hired this guy for GM because he was right about Aaron Donald.
Hey, maybe Packers are hired Jim Bob Cooter. He was a hot name, and now not so much.
Yeah. All right, Gene. Well, Packers are good with guys with weird names. Jim. Well, he wasn't on the Packers. So was All right, Gene. Chicago at the Giants. Now, did you watch this game? Did you not watch this game?
I didn't see any of it. It wasn't on TV. We always get the Raiders and the Chargers or some crappy game.
Well, if those teams were not playing, this would because the New York teams always seem to play.
Oh, right,
on TV here. So
were they on?
Yeah, both LA. Well, the
No,
Rams.
we got the Lions and the Rams in the morning.
Yeah, so if the Rams had not played, this probably game would have been on.
Yeah, I did. I saw some highlights, some part of the
All
day.
right, Gene. All right, great. Nice contribution.
Okay,
All right, I'll tell you. Here's a highlight.
At the Elvis 50th anniversary show.
You're still shocked. You're still thunderstruck.
Yeah.
Here's a highlight. Chase Daniels, Mitch Trubisky still not playing.
He is terrible. Chase Daniels.
He's supposed to be back next week, supposedly. So we'll see that.
Man, they're paying him $7 million over 2 years. He was not good yesterday.
Well, he threw a pick six.
Yeah.
So
He
not
had a
good.
couple interceptions.
Akeem Hicks scored
Yeah.
a fat guy touchdown, just like the refrigerator Perry.
Yes, he did. He's good. He's really good.
Yep. So
He's
maybe
having a great
he
year.
can score in the Super Bowl
Right.
if they get to the Super Bowl and have one more Super Bowl touchdown than Sweetness,
Which is
just like the
sad.
fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was and Dick even talks about his biggest regret not doing that or doing that. Like Walter Payton.
Yeah, give this
didn't-
stupid fat guy
Yeah,
a
Walter
touchdown.
Payton, who's meant everything to the Bears.
who played for like 4 years or whatever was effective. Refrigerator Perry. I mean, that guy's not going to the Hall of Fame, right? I mean, that guy's
yeah.
he's just this fat guy with a gap in his mouth,
Yeah.
right?
Is he still alive? I think we might have lost him. Or
No,
is that-
he's still alive, Gene.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
think he's
He's gonna outlive Sweetness's kids.
I don't. He's struggled. He's had issues.
Well, go back to I think it was probably in 2015. We did a improv session about Sweetness waiting for a liver
that's right.
transplant. We
Yeah.
should have probably.
Oh yeah, we lost Sweetness too early. But
Yep.
so
Well-
it was a miraculous comeback.
And
as it turns
not
out.
quite. Well, there was a comeback required because ODB, Odell Beckham, threw a touchdown.
Right.
Very underthrown. Everyone's saying like, we're not having me the quarterback. The ball was kind of underthrown. The only reason why he got it was because the guy was wide open.
Yeah, he's 2 for 2. He's thrown 2 touchdowns, 2 passes, 2 touchdowns.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
And then Chase has a chance to win the game with 2:40 left. And
he
yep, and fumbles.
Oh,
promptly
I didn't know
fumbles.
that.
But somehow the Bears get the ball back.
Wow. Oh yeah. Well, the Bears scored, and then they got the onside kick.
Well,
There's only been 4 onside kicks recovered this year. There, I just helped out.
I
You're
didn't know that.
welcome.
There you go. And then did you see the replay of Odell Beckham going
Yes.
for the onside, or
Yes.
maybe the
Yeah,
opposite
totally
of going?
bailed. Yes.
He basically like flipped it. He basically flipped.
Oh my gosh. I did see
Like,
that.
why do you even have him there?
I don't know. He's
Why do you
scared
have him
of
in the
ball.
front? Yeah.
Yeah. And then they
Uh,
ask him about it afterwards.
he
and
said,
he
"Don't
was
don't
actually-
question my
Yeah.
my effort."
Right.
Okay, all right.
I'll question it.
It's on the. He left it all on the field. On
You
the
know
videotape.
what? The Giants, I have no sympathy for them either. When they played the Packers in the playoffs and they went boating the week before in Miami, that shows you. I mean, those playoffs, those are big deals. You shouldn't. That's karma. Right?
Yep. And go for the onside kicks you.
Right.
But so they do tie it up.
Yeah.
It does go over overtime. Giants kick a field goal, and then again it's Chase Daniels to win the game.
have a chance?
The Bears fumble 3 times
Oh, I didn't know that.
on this drive, and they pick it up all the times, and they get to a 4th down, and they cannot convert. And game over for the Bears.
That's tough. That was a tough one because they could have put some distance between them and the Vikings.
So 8-4.
Now they play the Rams on Sunday Night Football.
Yep.
Which,
Not a guaranteed win.
but the Bears, they should win the division.
That should be a fun game. Actually, I think I like the Bears' chances.
Yeah,
Do you know what the
flexed
odds are? Do you know, by the way?
Yes, I don't know.
Okay. Okay. All right.
But I did know earlier because I did look at it. But
I'm gonna say Rams, probably by Rams 6.5. I would
I
imagine,
don't
right?
think so.
You want to look that up?
That would be like Cousin Sal and.
I know we're ripping those guys off again. All right, and then Michigan at New England. Gene, we're not gonna go through this goddamn game.
Oh.
But probably the play of note was the Vikings went for it
Minnesota.
on a short third and like inches or whatever. And it was a very close call. And apparently Patrick Chung goes down, acts like he's hurt. And who knows if it was actually hurt or not.
Right.
That gives the Patriots time to kind of review the play upstairs. And Bill Belichick throws the red flag. What were the odds, by the way, Gene? Did you get it?
They opened at 4.5, and they've gone down. Rams opened at 4.5 point favorites, and it's gone down to 3. So early money coming in on the Bears.
Take the Rams. on that.
Packers opened at 6 point favorites. They're playing Atlanta, and now it's down to 5.5.
6 points. Take the.
Yeah.
There's a really take
early
the
money-
Rams.
Early money on Bears.
Take the Rams. Okay, Rams are gonna win by 10 points, right? I
think
mean,
so?
yeah, for sure.
I don't think
All right, so So anyways, Belichick threw the flag, and I'm feeling
Yes.
wide receiver for the Minnesota Vikings
Undrafted.
took offense
Yeah.
at that, and yelled over at Belichick. That's earmuffs for all the kids out there.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Old school.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
From which Bill Belichick replied, he said, "Hey, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Could you
Shut the
tell?
fuck up."
Was he really mad? I didn't see it.
Yeah, he like went over to him, almost like it was gonna confront him. He was like, "That's bullshit." And
Well,
then like Bill Belichick like, "Shut the fuck up." you know?
Nice. I like
That was
that.
nice.
Adam
Yeah, it was
Thielen.
cool.
Good
Well,
for
it's good for
him.
both. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Don't back down to him.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he'll be playing on the same team, so for sure.
See, he didn't really. Minnesota, not much of a chance.
Well, I mean, Brady threw an interception late. I think Minnesota was down by like 2 scores. Brady threw an interception late, and then Cousins proceeded to throw an interception in the end zone, which is not good. And so they had a chance, but Cousins, he's not that quarterback that's gonna, I think, take you to the next level.
Too bad. Yeah.
And
it's not too bad. Although I like the Vikings better than the Lions.
And now we're hearing about Zimmer and the offensive coordinator might be getting along because they're not running the ball, they're giving up on it and all this stuff. And we're hearing about maybe he's trying to do all these trick plays because he's trying to get a head coaching position next year.
Yeah. Well, he was a candidate this year, and it never worked out. Yeah.
A lot of discord. Discord in Minnesota. And, Gene, I'll tell you what, I think the Bears have a good shot.
Oh, they should
to
win
pull
the
it out.
division. They got, but they play the Rams, and then they go to San Francisco. They still have to go to San, and then they play they still have the Packers in Chicago. So, yeah, we'll see.
Well,
But
I
they
think
should win it.
I think the Vikings are not that great. I
Yeah,
think,
nobody in the Bears are pretty good. They're pretty good.
all right.
Packers such a disappointment. Such a disappointment.
All right, Gene. Well, Gene, do you
Yes.
remember? I know we're already in December.
Oh,
It's the new month and all that stuff.
Right.
But Gene, do you remember October?
I do.
For the NFL?
October, in the NFL, yes, when there was still hope for a lot of teams, sure.
Yeah. And remember how everyone was wearing the pink cleats and
Oh,
and,
right.
and the
That's
and,
pink.
and the pink towels.
I've been there in Green Bay for many of October when they hand out the pink stuff.
Yeah, and the pink hats and the
Yeah,
pink
that's
gloves
great.
and all
Love
that stuff.
Yeah, breast cancer awareness
Yeah,
month.
women. Well, the NFL loves
Well,
women.
we love them. I love them.
Yeah, the NFL does obviously
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you know everyone's wearing pink, right?
Okay, all right. What's going on?
I mean,
here?
they love them, right?
What do you getting?
Or do
at?
they just love women with breast cancer? I
Oh,
guess if
my
you don't have
God.
breast cancer, you're screwed.
Right.
Shit out of luck.
What are you getting at?
Well,
here,
Gene, the
Bob?
NFL did not have a good week
No, they did
this week when it comes
Right.
to policy.
Mm.
First, we hear about Reuben Foster.
That
Did we talk
guy.
about this last week? He gets
Yeah.
arrested
Oh my God!
while they're in Tampa Bay.
Terrible with his. I think it's his wife or
Or his
their-
girlfriend, on and off
yeah.
girlfriend.
But then Washington signing him.
Well, they
God.
cut him. Washington signs him,
Mm.
and to placate the questions about how can you sign this
Yeah.
guy,
Right.
they put up the GM or I don't know whoever
Doug Williams.
says that well, we talked to a lot of his teammates from Alabama,
Right.
and they stood up for his character. And Clinton Dix,
Yeah.
former Green Bay Packer, said no one talked to no one,
Yeah.
or he didn't talk to anyone, or no one asked him any questions.
Yeah.
And in fact, I think 2 other players from Alabama said that, or something like that.
It is
So,
terrible. And then Doug Williams. Other people have done worse. Yeah, dude, come on. I don't know. It's very disappointing.
and then to top that off, a video of Kareem Hunt.
That one I saw almost when they released it. I saw it right away.
From
Yeah.
Kansas City,
Yeah.
the running back, the second-year running back from Kansas City.
Yeah.
Of course, Kansas City's having a great year. By the way, won yesterday.
Yeah. And Kareem Hunt did you watch his interview yesterday morning?
No, I don't have ESPN.
He
So I don't watch
should
it.
no. He should just. I think he should. Be
Well, you
silent
don't do an
right
interview.
now. No.
Right? I mean, there's
he
a
was-
reason why they say,
He did not. Help
everything you can
himself.
say will and can be used against
It
you.
was amazing because I was watching. I was like, "What the hell? What kind of apology is this?" He goes, "That's not who I am." He keeps saying
Well,
that.
do you
Oh,
know?
my
Now we're
mom-
hearing that he kicked someone.
Oh, that was.
There's news stories of that he kicked someone like in January or something
Well,
like that.
he
So
punched the guy.
you probably are. Yeah,
but
exactly.
The worst thing about that video with the woman, you saw it. Then
Yeah. So there's a video of him basically pushing a woman,
right,
basically pushing a guy into a woman
which is
who
all
falls into
bad.
a wall. But it's not really. I don't. Does she hit her head in the wall? It doesn't look like she
Yeah.
actually does, but she acts like she does. So I don't know.
she
That's a
was
little
down.
bit weird.
The worst by far when he goes over.
And
to
then
her
he goes over and
her.
kicks her,
That's
so-
that's it. That's
So-
case closed.
Well,
You're
and
done.
apparently the story is that he was partying with his homies,
Mm.
and these girls were over there, and he was trying to get her to hook up with one of his homies, and she said no, and he said get out, and she was trying to get his phone, or I'm sorry, she was trying to get her phone, and that wasn't happening, and blah blah blah, and then she must have been talking shit to him, and blah blah blah.
Just it was awful. Then he goes on.
Well-
his,
So this comes out,
right.
and I guess this already had come out in February or whatever, but there
Yeah,
was
it
no
happened in
video.
February.
And they didn't
Right.
actually suspend him or anything like that, as far as I know. I don't think
right.
they did, right?
Nothing.
And then we find out that they tried to get the video but never saw it.
Right.
But Team Z was able to get the video. Now who knows how they
TMZ,
got it?
They
pay
are
for
well
videos and stuff,
connected,
right?
Man, if they're looking at your background, I would be nervous. Yeah.
Well, look. I mean, every time someone mentions a story, they have to say Team Z. So I
Yeah.
think it's worth it with
Oh my
whatever they got.
gosh, Yeah.
And now we find out that they didn't actually interview Kareem Hunt. They didn't interview the girl who made the complaint,
Right.
and they didn't interview anyone at the hotel.
Mm. Well, because
so
there were no charges filed. The police, they didn't. They're gonna have to refile now, I would think, because the police didn't. They didn't determine anything happened, and so if they didn't, then the NFL's like, well, the police said nothing happened. So
so
what are we
the
supposed
NFL
to
does
do?
not look good
They don't.
here, and
But,
this is
I
of
mean-
course after the Ray Rice thing happened. What 4
Yeah.
years ago,
Right.
or whatever? This is pretty much an exact same
Yeah.
incident, except well, Kareem Hunt did not knock out this chick in the elevator. So let's give him credit, I guess, for that.
He kick. The kick is no.
Oh, yeah.
That puts him in a category.
Someone was holding him back. So,
yeah.
well, there were witnesses probably. So, if he was probably alone in an elevator with that chick, who knows what
Boy,
would
I
happen?
gotta tell you, his group of guys, they did their best to keep him away. They
Yeah.
tried to.
Well, that's the thing, man.
He-
You get these football players, which are the strongest people
Right,
alive,
right.
and these guys have head injuries, and they're going nuts, and all they know is about just running into someone to win, to score, to solve the problem. And hey, these are monsters. Let's be
Yeah.
real; these are monsters, and because they have to do a monstrous job, and some of them can live in society, and a lot of them can't, apparently.
Well, I would give Chiefs. I can't believe how quick they cut him, but I give them a lot. That's a bold move. That is a bold move because that's amazing.
Well, they cut him pretty quick, and they
Yeah,
basically said
and-
because
and
they
usually
lied
you
to him.
Usually you think, I know, but usually you think, well, they cut the guys that that don't have talent, but they cut a guy that really is a good player. So good for the
Yeah.
Chiefs.
And Gene, it's
For that, I hope the Chiefs win the Super Bowl.
it's pretty obvious the NFL doesn't care about women. So
Oh.
let's just drop all the fucking bullshit pink, all the
Oh.
women outfits, the commercials, all this other crap. Can we just? You guys don't care about women. If someone can run a 3.9 440 or whatever, it doesn't matter who he beats up, as long as you don't see video of it. So let's just be honest about it, all right?
Okay.
Let's not pretend we love women and then not give a shit about
Right.
women when they actually get their asses whooped.
Well, me as a fan, I think.
And then Gene, again, the Reuben Foster thing happened, and then bam, this thing happens.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of the scene in Spaceballs.
Wow. Good reference.
Remember the movie Spaceballs with Mel
hell
Brooks?
Yeah. John Candy, Rick Moranis. Yeah.
Where
what do you got?
Rick Moranis is talking to that one guy. Is it John? Who's the captain on?
Oh, that's I know who it is, but I don't.
Is it the guy from Night Court?
Yeah,
It's
no.
not that guy, right?
Oh no, it's the guy. Oh,
That's okay.
Bill Pullman.
Oh, okay. Is it?
He's one of the main guys. I think so.
No, he's the Han Solo character. But
Oh,
no.
okay,
No. So
okay.
it's Mick Ram. They're on the board of the
Yeah,
ship or
all
whatever. And Rick Moranis is talking to his pilot or whatever
Okay.
like that.
Right.
And he's saying, "Well, what's wrong with this guy?" And the guy's like, "Well, he's an asshole, sir."
Mm.
And then later, like, "Well, what's up with that guy? He's an asshole, sir." He's like, "How many assholes we got in this on this ship?" And everyone's like, "Yo, asshole!" And they're like, "Yo," and I'm just thinking to myself, it's like the NFL. Like, what's up with that guy? Well, he beats up women, sir.
Yeah.
Well, how about this guy over here? He beats up women too. Well, how many people beats up women in this goddamn league?
Yeah.
And then everyone stands up.
I just realized that the Chiefs cut Kareem Hunt, which I applaud, of course, but the Cubs did not cut Addison Russell.
Right. Well, there's no video,
Yeah.
Gene.
I know.
If
but
only there was a
the
Instagram story.
accusations- And Addison Russell, it went on for a lot longer. I mean, this was a incident that happened that night. But okay. I'm conflicted. Okay.
All right, can we just be honest that if you can throw a baseball, or if you can hit a baseball, if you can throw a
Yeah.
football,
But that's why you got to give Chiefs credit for doing that because Kareem Hunt's good. Yeah. He'll play. I think.
The
maybe
Bears
a
draft
couple
him next
years
year?
ago.
no, he'll play. Someone will pick him up
Well, he's
next
gonna
year.
have to serve a suspension. Do all
Yeah,
that
someone will
stuff,
pick him
but
up next year.
Yeah.
All right, and then Gene, we're gonna
What
finish
Brett
off with
Favre
Brett
do?
Favre.
What's he up to?
Gene, have you heard of this thing called it's an app?
Oh, I bet I haven't.
It's called Cameo.
Okay, I haven't. Is it a hookup site?
No, so there's an app
Okay.
called Cameo, and apparently celebrities or stars or whatever can sign up,
Oh,
and then you can pay them
right.
to record like a little video message
Yeah,
or whatever.
I didn't know that was Cameo, but I've heard of stuff like that. Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
so
Brett Favre?
Brett Favre, and not only Brett Favre,
Oh, boy.
apparently have been tricked into recording white nationalist, neo-Nazi
Oh, I did see the headline, but I didn't
messages.
follow up. I didn't do any research on this story. Okay.
And Brett Favre was a victim of this.
Wow.
This is what he said. Brett Favre here with a shout out to the Handsome Truth and the GDL boys.
GDL boys.
So apparently that's a reference to like a warship that was
Right.
an American warship that was sunk by like the Israeli army during the
Wow.
6-Day War, and it was on accident. But apparently all these neo-Nazis think it's like a conspiracy or something like that. You guys are patriots in my eyes, so keep walking them up and don't let the small get you down. Apparently that's a reference to Jews or something like
Yeah.
that. Keep fighting too, and don't ever forget the USS Liberty. That's what I mean, the ship. And men and women who died on that day, God bless and take care. Yeah, so that's, I guess, laden with neo-Nazi rhetoric, which I, by the way, just said.
Yeah.
Thank God we don't have a lot of viewers or listeners.
Yeah.
I did that for free, by the way, Gene.
Oh, you did. I see.
But Gene, how much do you think it costs for a message from Brett Favre?
I think for message, well, it's got to be affordable. Otherwise, nobody would do it. You wouldn't pay $5,000. I say you can get a message from Brett Favre for, I'm going to say $500.
Gene, that is astounding because you hit it right on the head.
Well, you
It
gotta
was
think-
$500.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you were
Hey,
100%
well,
correct. I'm actually astounded.
Well, I mean, people got to be able to afford it, but
But who
on
the fuck
other
would
hand-
pay Brett Favre $500
Well-
to say, "Hey, Chris is awesome"? Who gives a fuck?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
pay your money, and then you see
Well,
the video, like, "Oh yeah, by the way, my
And
life
why
does
is Brett
suck." Stuff.
Favre doing that? He doesn't. Does he need? He's
Hey
got
man,
a ranch.
if
and
if
he's
if you
got-
could make $500 for 10 seconds worth of video,
yeah.
why not?
What did he? He must have had to apologize on that one.
I mean,
Yeah.
who knows? You know what I mean?
Man.
But Andy
Ooh.
Dick apparently had the same problem, and I guess
Oh, really?
I don't know who's paying Andy Dick to record messages.
I
but-
don't know. It's every day Andy Dick is still alive. I don't know if you know him, but he's had issues with substance abuse. But every day he's alive is kind of a miracle. I saw him in the alley once, and this guy was kind of a big star. He was. And he was sitting in an alley with sitting there with a 12-pack of beer, just drunk off his ass. And TMZ actually got some photos from this, too. I didn't give them to him, though. But, yeah, not good.
And he just
Yeah. Just,
yeah. How
pants
was his set?
down
How was
and-
his set?
Yeah, not good.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Cannot be
right,
better.
Right.
All right, well, Gene, we finally reached the end
Are you excited about the holidays?
of the show.
Are you going home?
Yeah, I gotta buy my goddamn ticket. This is always the worst. Always the worst time of the year where I have to buy my goddamn ticket and figure this stuff out.
Orbit?
Gene, you know,
Yeah.
a lot easier a couple of years ago when I only had to buy, four presents for my family, mom, dad,
Oh,
and my
yeah,
two
there's
brothers.
New editions.
And all these guys got wives
Yeah.
and kids.
Oh boy.
So I got, first of all, 2 extra wives, so that's 2
Yeah.
extra presents. We got 6.
Right.
And then 2 extra kids, so that's 7, 8. And then my brother had another kid,
Oh boy. What's
so
he
that's
up to?
9. So I got
Yeah.
to buy 9 presents.
What about just getting them all edibles?
And then it's me. You know, I don't have any kids, so
Right.
I'm the one. They don't have to buy 9 presents. They only
Yeah.
have to buy 7 or 8.
There you go.
Not
I'm in the same
Not
boat.
good.
I'm in the same boat. So
not
there
good.
you go.
Well, and
Mm.
I gotta buy a goddamn plane ticket
That's
back home.
Yeah. I'm going to Texas.
They should be
next week.
paying me to go home.
Well, they should.
All right. Well, happy holidays, everyone.
Yeah, at least you won't have to worry
All right.
about spending your money on the Packers Super Bowl.
We need to have a light. We
Okay.
need to recharge light. All right. So for Gene Steichen,
Have a great week, everybody.
my name is Chris Stotts, and hallelujah,
Oh,
Mike McCarthy is gone, and it's a new morning.
Not hug them too tightly, though. Be careful about that.
I will ask permission first.
Yeah, ask permission. That's right. Oh, yeah. What am I saying? Ask permission.
May I hug you, ma'am?
Yeah. Or sir.
All right. So for Gene Steichen, my name is Chris Stotts. It's been the Midwest Sports Show. See you guys next week.
Oh, my gosh.